he was even able to earn streaks at the end. Not that it mattered, as they were closing it out at the end.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, Revan, the Purifier, every time I see it, I feel like players are getting better and better with that specialist. I mean, it's one of those where I feel like that time hasn't come yet for the War Machine. I feel like it definitely could possibly find its niche kind of situation where it winds up being good. There, the Purifier only really being brought out for that Bunker Hill to push it out.
And that's the same with most of the specialist weapons. I mean, Octane did bring it out on the rocks that one time, but that was really just to try to acquire more streaks.
Yep, with that scythe to help himself get closer and closer towards the Wraith. Thankfully for the boys of Luminosity, I don't think Octane's going to get 46 kills in this game, unless you count team kills in that respect. Thermal getting banned out by replays. High Caliber off the table as well. Wondering if we'll see some targeting onto the SVG. I kind of was talking about this one prior to the series starting up at Looney, and he says, you know what? Everyone praises replays for a sniper, right? So good, so good.
It's really only on Breach.
He's more than confident in Octane to not only match him, but be better than him. He says Octane is one of the best snipers in Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
It was actually Luminosity that went after that thermal sight, so maybe they do respect Octane's sniper enough to kind of maybe limit replays a little bit.
And you can see Rise, if you could possibly scroll over to that flashbang, I wouldn't be surprised to wind up seeing there that it was banned out by the likes of Rise Nation, if we can hop on over to that one. And it does appear that Overkill was banned out by Space League. So through the ban and protect phase, wondering if we'll wind up seeing kind of the SVG brought out, or will players elect to keep it in their back pocket and away from the battlefield, Slacked grabbing that kinetic armor off the start while Replays picks up active camo.
Yeah, whenever kinetic armor is available, you got to go ahead and pick it up. It's going to be Slacked for Rise using that. John is actually going to elect to go for Overdrive here. You just saw Slacked have a big play with Overdrive, but that was kind of like in the later stages of the round. Usually when I see John use Overdrive, it's in like the first seconds of a round. Kind of like the theme of this weekend. Slacked is really the only player willing to kind of save it for the later stages of whatever round he has it acquired. But we'll see if John is able to find any creative use for Overdrive here.
And what I really love is that players are, once again, feeling more confident. That kind of step to say, you know what, I know if it really comes down to it, I can use it to help me in certain scenarios. We see it actually, the most often I see it saved in the round is really on the map Redwood, when your entire team plays B, or your team plays B and the opposing team tries to execute on A, and you realize, oh snap, I've got to get the bomb control all the way back over to A. You pop that overdrive, you get there much, much quicker than you normally would. There is a look again at the players in the booths. Once again, so much money on the line this weekend. First place will take home $28,000 between their team. Right now, if you are just tuning in, it's Rise Nation up 1-0 off the backs of Samuel. Mr. LaRue there, what a performance from him. Octane, 46 and 21. 3 times he was within 200 points of earning himself a Wraith.
Easily would have gotten over 50 if he was able to get a Wraith.
Yeah, and also, that's him dropping 46 kills when Classic has 39 himself, or 40 himself. Pretty ridiculous stuff. And loading into this map now, getting through the creative class, Revan, predictions between these two teams in regards to the overall kind of game type of Fringe Search and Destroy.
Well, Fringe Search and Destroy, this is a map where you don't necessarily have to kind of, when you start to push towards one bomb site, it's not really like an all-in play like we see on some of the other maps. There's definitely room for rotation if you're able to find, some opening kills, and try to open up the map a little bit. But for the most part, you're going to see the offense just push together, try to work those trades. This is a really big map where trades are super important.
This is actually one of the maps that I have faced John as well as Space Leon in a best of 3, forced map 3 against them, and then got beaten terribly.
I saw that game. It was not pretty.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't, but hey, I at least got one map off of him. I'm not sure if it was the Fringe or not, but I had one quick little highlight clip there. I'm sure I shared it with you.
Nice glitch.
Always great to see these guys. Not only are they kind of fantastic in the booths, but a lot of these guys so personable. They're going around the venue. Even the guys this weekend who had frustrating losses, the fans come right up, because this is an event not only about the competition, but about the fans, getting interactive with the community. And they come up, even after a tough loss, willing to sign things, willing to take pictures. It's really a testament to just how great these guys not only are as players, but as people as well. But we are loading into map number 2. We'll have to see if Luminosity can really begin to fight back in this series, in this best of 7, now down 1-0.
I mean, Luminosity, like what we were talking about them before, coming into this event, is they kind of had to find their own in terms of the specialist usage. And something interesting I found is Space League normally goes for the glitch because kinetic armor is available here. He's going to go ahead and pick that up. But we got to start this map off with this man. Had a huge game 1 for his squad. It's Octane. Let's see who does off the start of this Search and Destroy.
I feel like one thing that Luminosity kind of begun to realize in going over their kind of team strategies is putting less pressure on Glitch. Slack trying to use smokes to get over the top middle of the map, and there's Looney to trade the kill. Oh, but he dies
from the fall damage
right there as he drops to the ground. One thing a lot of players kind of begin to realize after playing more and more, when you get the slide, you take a little bit less fall damage to help you stay alive. That time, though, not having the ability to do so.
He's got a challenge here?
Wall right in front of him. Classic somehow stays alive, but look at the red arrows beginning to chase down the kill.
But he's going to turn around. The Luminosity players have kind of split up, but Classic, not watching the correct angle, is going to get taken down by replays.
What do you think about that decision right there?
I thought he was just going to go to A and plant.
Oh, but sorry, less about him, but more of the decision from Rise to rush down middle street with smokes, hit the top wall runs, and try to catch the opponents.
I mean, I don't mind it. It's still so early on in the game, and this is going to kind of force Luminosity to play a little bit differently in their future defensive rounds, because they're going to have to kind of keep that push in mind. And
yeah. I mean, it's actually a perfect point, because all they really left there was a sniper top bar who had a backup right away because there was a pre-firing M8. Instead of that, they had no real pressure on middle map after Looney killed the player right outside small fence. Replays did see the player cross over towards rails. John knows there's got to be someone to his close left. How will they elect to choose this? And, well, actually, Classic comes right to him. Thanks, Classic, as John strikes first blood.
Yeah, Slack's going to now be putting down some covering fire, but watch out on the flank. It's going to be Replays. He's going to be able to make such a big play for his team. Octane has no idea that he's here. Neither does his other teammates. John finds one on the bomb site. Replays finds the second. Now it's all down to Octane in a 1-on-4.
I mean, yeah, you drop 46 kills, map 1, but can you get 4 in these next 40 seconds? That's 1. He's also going to wind up getting challenged back alley, but he's ready for it. Some precise shots to get the headshot. Now, the big question is, how does he push in from here? What is his angle of attack? You can see his class.
He's got an MR6, so it's definitely possible.
He doesn't have dead silence. There's a player to his left. He sees one. This could be the one-on-one engagement he winds up needing. He's going to go chase down. He gets it. It's now a one-on-one. Octane versus
John's coming right behind him.
John is so close to earning himself streaks. Oh, this is so intense right now. Is this a completely game-changing round? Will he peek it in time? It doesn't appear. So is John. Shoots him in the back. Oh, my God. Octane, if you pulled that one off, my heart rate was going.
Yeah.
And that's not good.
I mean, going into that one-on-one between John and Octane had a good chunk of time to work with. Normally in, a 1v4 situation like that, you kind of ask each player to kind of buy 10 seconds off the clock. And, if they each do their job, then there's no time left, even if the player gets all the kills to defuse the bomb.
I mean, let's quickly talk about, though, as while, yes, Octane almost pulled that off, Luminosity, you got to make sure you have the ability to trade there a little bit more efficiently. Each time players would go away from each other, it seemed like slight lapses in communication. Even though that did wind up happening, Octane couldn't clutch it up for the final kill. 2-0 lead for Luminosity in this game, too.
Nate's going out to try to force that player over near the back rocks to back down, but Looney is going to pick up a kill. Then John immediately responds with 2 of his own. So early man advantage will go in favor of Luminosity. Let's switch over to Slack. He's in a bit of an engagement, as that player's just going to wall run over the doorway. But Slack will find one more here. Can't finish to kill John with 3 in the round. It's all down to Classic, Octane. And a 1-on-3, almost had that 1v4, finds a kill, takes down Replays. Only one player challenging through the small room. With the MR6, he's going to lay down some good fire, but he just gets cornered in. Spacely cleans up the kill. Luminosity looking good here in S&D.
Octane kind of had an idea that the player was about to push him from rails because of those shots right there. Honestly, was kind of surprised he didn't just try to rush right into a little room, try to force that one-on-one
try to commit to a fight.
Exactly, because at that point, yes, you know the player is pre-aiming, but maybe you hit a good slide timing. You've already kind of weakened him a little bit. You hit him with a couple quick pistol shots, and now you're out of the line of sight of the opposing player. But either way, it's another round win for Luminosity. And, this boy right here, John, is fully streaked out. He's got his overdrive
He's yet to die.
7-0 beginning of this game, too.
So these streaks are obviously going to be very important in the game. It looks like he's going to use the HCXD. Oh, no!
Okay,
well, that is not how you want to use a HC.
Go look in the dictionary of basically, I don't even know if you can look in a dictionary of how to not use an HC, but that's it right there. Not only killing himself, but his teammate number advantage over to Rise, and that leaves Spacely in a 1-on-4. Wow.
That was rough, man.
Okay, well, let's see. John taking off his streak. Thankfully, he doesn't stop him from getting his higher streaks because he already had those earned. But, that's one of those where you go, really, that's how that's going to happen. Great timing.
As soon as he deploys that HC, man, it gets shot by somebody on Rise, forces the team kill.
And this is something I've been seeing more and more often, because how common is it for a player to call on an HC right in that corner, right? It's almost the #1 spot on this map. Well, teams are beginning to realize that. They get the audible call, and they just pre-aim that corner, and it appeared. He just had that pre-fire before it even kind of popped out. I guarantee you the next time, if one of the players in Luminosity get
I bet John will never do that again for the lifespan of Black Ops 3.
Right, yeah, they call it in right from either the side of the cardboard area or right below Granny's, but this looks like Rise are going to go for that same middle street push. We'll see if it pays off the second time around.
And the reason why they're able to do this push is because they banned out the thermal sight.
Yeah.
So that's why they're utilizing the smoke grenades the way that they are. Slack just kind of flies over one player. John will pick up that go, so it looks like Luminosity, they will be able to rebound. But wait, Octane finds one, turns around, but it's going to be replays there to finish the kill. After a bit of a blunder in the previous round, Luminosity, they rebound and win their 4th round.
Yeah, I mean, that goes back to the HG point that I was talking about earlier, Revenue. They'll wind up calling it in right outside bottom Granny's. They'll drive it in, and they'll actually 3P that wall that he sat in.
They'll try to spot if anybody's on the bomb site, back alley.
And then they'll wind up driving into tin and looking into back alley and auto. They'll play it a little bit more passively. They'll have to earn themselves another HG, though, as right now John really carrying the weight of this Luminosity team. He's got, well, 2 more kills, or 1 more kill, sorry, than anyone on this team combined.
All right, let's see if he decides to use the dart or maybe the lightning strike ping, try to gain some early information for his team. But it looks like just trying to spot through 10. It looks like he was spotted.
Nice.
And first blood does come in from Looney. Takes down replays. 2 down quickly for Luminosity Gaming. This is looking pretty good for Rise. As Luminosity, they're going to begin the rotation towards the B-bomb site.
If we can possibly quickly swim up over to Saints, and yeah, you saw the 2 players immediately hightail it away from that A side. It's because neither of them had ARs to pick off the 2 players, either pre-aiming from the top of the bomb coverage or that back alley spot. Octane gets the final 2 kills,
round.
And Rise make it a 2-round count. This game so far is they're still down by 2, though, overall in game 2.
Yeah, the big thing here is John still has his streaks, right? He still has the dart, the lightning strike, as well as the overdrive.
Yep.
So we'll see when he decides to use that. As let's see if the players from Rise are starting to earn any of their specialist abilities.
We'll wind up swapping to the players.
Vision
Pulse. That's
Only
really
that.
about it. I mean, Classic sitting at 0-5. We haven't really talked about it too much this game. Octane continuing to really be the leader of this squad in the overall kills department. And it looks like a 3-man stack near A for Luminosity.
Are they going to push through?
It doesn't appear so as of yet. I mean, Rise kind of are ready for this. As you can see, they have Classic in the back of the map watching their tin flank. And,
but Classic eventually has to move because he has the bomb. He can't watch his flank forever.
Well, he's going to wind up sitting here for a little while longer. Still a minute on the clock, so they don't have to force anything as of yet. Was the dart brought out? I think the dart was brought out by John. Yes, it was.
Just so. Let's see how good of a pilot he is.
He winds up flying this one towards top middle. Spots on the L-wall. Shot comes in. The trophy is there. That's actually a really good bait, but the kill still comes in on Looney as a direct impact goes in favor of John.
Looney's a brave man. Sacrifices himself for the dart.
Yeah, I actually really like that decision from Looney, as at first he was baiting out the shots. Unfortunately, though, the great piloting skills of John pay off as Luminosity strike first blood.
And LG, they're starting to rotate over towards this B bomb site. It's going to be even tougher for Rise to try to get this bomb down, especially with time starting to wind down. Slack now in a gunfight with a player over near front barn. Classic yet to try to lay this bomb down. He spots 2 there. He's taking fire. He's about to get dropped. Rise now trying to corner Rise into this bomb site. All down to Slack. He turns and burns on replay, trying to find 2 more players, but time starting to wind down, and he can't do it. John pushes in, cleans up the kill. Luminosity now 1 round away from taking this search and destroy.
Luminosity played that final moment so well, Revan. They really had an idea of where the final 3 players were. They weakened 2 with bursts, and you can actually see the exact moment where the play call was made. The 2 players middle street pushed past the white truck. The person top barn came soaring out, and the player hiding in the back rocks hit that side barn wall run to push towards rails. It was a perfect collapse, and it ended just as quickly as that. Rise down by 3 rounds on the verge of dropping game 2 in the grand finals, and you've still got John with a lightning strike. What is that player doing top middle soaring across?
I mean, you saw Classic with 0 kills as well. But
yeah.
He needs to chip in. He needs to make his presence known in this map. I mean, maybe if he's having kind of like a normal game, Rise could be right in here in the round count. Good spot from John, but it's going to be Slack with first blood as he takes down Spacely.
John still playing around this area of the map that is bombed down. Right near that white truck, you'll have to pick up that objective. You can see just how cautious he was when grabbing it. And now Luminosity look to kind of recenter and refocus on where they want to push this round. Spots a player on A, does get tagged up, but will not wind up falling. Replays just checks back A, and look at how frustrating that is currently for Luminosity. They got 2 people in power positions, and they're going to have to try to go for a break if they want to take home this game too.
I mean, maybe if Replays had like camo here, he could push forward and maybe challenge that player near back rocks, but John gets taken down, so no lightning strike can be used in this round. With 30 seconds remaining, it's just going to get tougher and tougher for Luminosity as Replays get spotted all down the Saints. Challenges this player back rocks, takes down Octane, but Looney's there to trade the kill.
Nice job.
Rise finding their way back into the map.
Rise still fighting for every round they can get, and that's a beautiful spot from Looney to know, you know? Fly all the way that high up. Replays had no idea he would even be there. Second player already weak, and Looney cleans it up with ease. Look at all the perks he's using. Perk 1 and Perk 3.
Playing very safe.
Yeah, and that's kind of the bonus of the VMP, right? You can more than get away with.
Yeah, you really need like 2 attachments on that.
I mean, some players even confident with just one. Most, though, using that grip and quick draw. Rise back on the offensive side, and this could be a swing round that they could possibly use in their favor. Still with Vision Pulse ready to go. I mean, I feel like you have to use it. I feel like you have to use it because if you don't and you lose the round, then you're just kicking yourself for never utilizing those specialists.
Well, this is going to be a great push for Rise because his Heat Wave, it gets called in, but nothing comes of it. He doesn't get any tags with it. 2 go down very quickly for Rise. Now it's all down to Octane. He does have Vision Pulse, but all the players for Luminosity right in front of him. A very straightforward round for LG as they answer back and take map 2.
It was almost like they kind of did that like backwards, Revin. I mean, you think about it, and these guys obviously pro players, me not so much, but you look at the team, right, and you think under the communication, you go, all right, Octane, you push up at a tin, you pop Vision Pulse, you spot the players either in A or back alley, and that either A tags them, and you can call them out to your team, or B they have to fall back, and now you've earned yourself control of that area of the map.
I mean, they also could have tried, you know, maybe like a little bait and switch to kind of draw the attention from the player back alley. And yeah, let's just address it now. Classic 0-7, rough game for him. Octane once again doing everything he can for his team, but John 13-4, the lead player for Luminosity that map. But talking a bit about that last play. I mean, normally what we see from players when they're kind of attacking that A bomb site is they'll do a basic bait and switch. They'll have one kind of player be the bait, and then assault rifle player kind of challenge that player near back alley. Yeah. If they're able to do that, then they can intro with the Heat Wave into the A bomb site. Would have been a lot more effective there.
Yeah, and I mean, even down to those final moments where they pushed out with the Heat Wave, the first player charging in was the one with Heat Wave.
Yeah.
Let's say even if he winds up hitting someone with it, there wasn't really a follow-up because his teammates who peeked the doors would have just died because, 1, no one was hit by the Heat Wave. 2, if his teammate follows him, he gets stunned by the Heat Wave, so it's like a lose-lose situation.
Yeah.
A little bit of an awkward spot. Would have rather have seen the Vision Pulse be used. They push out closer towards kind of the A bomb site right outside bricks. He slides in with the Heat Wave. His teammate follows up. Then they go for the bomb plant. Unfortunately, though, that's not what Rise did, and they pay the price as they lose Game 2 to Luminosity 6-3 in round count. And now the series is basically 1-1. It's become a best of 5 now, Revin.
So that is how math works.
No, yeah, okay. Well, you're going to try to give me the shade there. I'll keep myself professional, Revin, as I continue on reading these maps. Evac Uplink will be Game 3. This is the one that you said would be the swing map in this series.